Welcome to the Cisco Show. Ladies and gentlemen, don't touch that dial. You know who my guest is today? I have the new mayor of Bridgeport, Pennsylvania, and Mark Barbee. And he just got elected, and he's only been in office a couple weeks. And I'm so happy to have him here. And we're gonna grill him now. You know, we're gonna get him in there because he's in a town that's moving fast. It's developing. It's great. So, and it's a neighbor to Norristown. Now, Mark Barbee, mayor of Bridgeport, Pennsylvania. Welcome to the Hank Cisco Show. Well, what made you run for you were a councilman in Bridgeport, right?
That is correct.
And now you ran for mayor. Why?
Yeah, we took it all the way.
Talk loud now because my hearing aids.
No, yep, no problem. I got you. We took it all the way. Basically, I've been on council for 4 years. I've been living in Bridgeport for almost 8, so I care a lot.
How many years in Bridgeport?
8.
8.
8. So
you bring a lot of new ideas in?
Yeah, I'm trying.
Where you come from?
I'm from Plymouth Meeting, but originally from Rapid City, South Dakota. My mom was in the military.
Where?
Rapid City, South Dakota. My mom was in the military.
Dakota?
Yeah, my mom was in the
cold
military
up there.
coming up. It's cold.
You don't mind this cold down here now, huh?
Nothing. I can handle it.
You measure the snow by the foot, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. It's pretty serious up there.
So you're the mayor now, and for 2 weeks, you see anything within the 2 weeks? What do you see?
I can't say that I've been able to see too many changes in the town, and what I am able to see is what's going on in the police department. You know, the primary job of the mayor is to oversee the police and the fire department.
Well, I'm glad I have a police background, so.
Oh, that's excellent.
We can talk about it then, right?
We could talk about it.
Right. I was a friend of Mayor Rizzo, and I was one of his pallbearers, and a very good friend. And I used to go to the house and we'd talk, and he was saying, Hank, why don't you run for mayor in Norristown? So I was thinking about it, and then finally he says, if you want to be mayor of a town, and this is what the people want, you want the town to be safe and you want it to be clean. And if you do these 2 things, you're going to be a hero. And that's what you got to do. You back up the police department, and they will make sure that they get in with the people. Get to know the people.
Safe and clean, Hank, you're exactly right. I mean, those are 2 of the biggest things, I'm a huge proponent. I really believe in the broken window theory. That's where it starts. That's kind of where it starts. It's very true. And so one of the biggest things that I want to do, of course, with the police department specifically, is diversify the police department.
Do you have a chief of police yet, or is it just changed or what? What's the story on that?
Yeah, a council actually voted not to renew the former police chief's contract a couple months ago. So right now we are without a police chief, which makes the job of mayor a little stressful because, of course, the mayor is the acting police chief in the interim. And I can't say that is my strong suit at the current time, but I care a lot about it. I'm down there trying, learning everything and just trying to keep everything in order. And we have 2 great sergeants who are definitely holding the police department down.
My grandson Anthony Morano did part-time police officer in Bridgeport before he went to West Norton.
That's crazy.
Oh, yeah. But you got to learn a little bit of Italian, Polish, and all that. And then Ukrainian, Father Ryan. You meet him?
That's.
Oh my God!
Absolutely no Father
Ryan. Get him
Ryan.
on your side.
Oh yeah, no, he's great.
And
he's
judge,
great.
and then, the judge there from
Gallagher.
Yeah, big long Polish name, right?
Yeah.
And but you got to learn how to say. But in Italian, mangia means eat. Buonasera, buongiorno, good morning.
Yeah, all of it.
That's all but I don't know. Talk to Father Ron about some greetings,
I absolutely will, and I'll tell him.
It's a little sad thing that all the Catholic churches kind of closed down, and the only one you have there is Father Ryan.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
He does a real good job. He wrote a book.
He absolutely does.
Bishop for a Day. You ought to get that book, Bishop for a Day. You can get them at the shopping centers, But all right, more about you. What are you going to do?
As mayor, I'd say my biggest thing is to maintain the progress that we've had going. Being on council, I'm really proud of, being able to enact a curbside recycling program, bringing in new businesses, all of this without raising taxes.
You got a big restaurant over there that's really.
Tap House 23. Conshohocken Brewing Company, we're
Yeah.
really proud of both of them. They're great for the town, and we just want to keep them coming. We want to bring in more.
But that's what, you got to back up the business, because people, they want to come here to go eat, they want to enjoy themselves.
Right, they need stuff to do.
And you're so close to the casinos, you could have a special bus going leave from 1 o'clock to the casino, back and forth excursion. Thank God you got them close to you. Before you had to fly all the way to Vegas.
Yeah.
Now you just fly over to Valley Forge.
Yeah, we're very fortunate, to be right next to King of Prussia, Conshohocken, and that's what we're trying to do. We really want to establish our downtown district, very similar to what Conshohocken and Phoenixville and Manayunk has done.
Oh yeah, how they come up.
Yeah, we certainly have the infrastructure. It's just a matter of getting it done. In Bridgeport, we're kind of facing a very old versus new regime.
Yeah.
And, a lot of the Bridgeport originals, people who are originally from Bridgeport, some of them aren't too keen on some of the changes that we want to do to keep Bridgeport relevant and to keep it vibrant and to make it a place, that people want to come visit and people want to go. So that's kind of where we're at in Bridgeport, but we're working on it. You know what I mean? We're getting it done.
Just work along with your council people. Learn how to bob and weave, slip and slide. You can't. Just can't knock everybody out with one punch. You just bob and weave.
Yeah, you chip at it. You chip at it. Change takes
Here's
time.
the best information, or what should I say? 90% listening, 10% talking until you know who you're talking to. Let me tell you. I know when I was a policeman, I was, oh yeah, blah, 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 blah. And I was digging myself a hole because everybody knew everything about me. I want to know. I'm going to listen. 90% listening, 10% talking. And you'll be surprised how much I learn.
I like that a lot, actually.
I don't learn anything if I'm going to be talking. I already know that.
Right.
I want to know something. I want to come in my ear, But you're in good physical shape, right?
Oh, well, thanks. I appreciate
Did
that.
you ever play
I'm
any
working
sports?
hard.
You play sports or anything in school?
Oh, yeah. In high school, I ran track and did cross country.
What school?
Plymouth White Marsh is where I went to high school.
What'd you play?
Cross country, track, the 2 mile, 1 mile.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, shot put, javelin, I did some throwing.
So because you were running, you ran for mayor.
Yeah, I ran. I'm still running.
Talking about mayor, I want to tell you that just the other night, I got elected. Oh, no, not elected. I was appointed ambassador.
I saw that. Congrats.
Yeah. And I just
Congrats,
man.
I'm proud of you.
Mayor and ambassador, we're going to take the town all right. And then this morning's paper, Times Herald. Hey, Rock, look, Times Herald, all right? And so it was a little bit of a problem there, but it worked out, God bless everybody.
Yeah, with some elbows being thrown for that position, so that's pretty big.
I had a lot of supporters were down there. Sometimes they call me the Rock because I was a boxing, my stablemate was Rocky Marciano. And so I wore this, and then I had my thing. We have a lot of people there, so I got a friend who's a boxer for me in Norway, sent me congratulations, Florida, Connecticut, so a lot of people, they love Norristown, and I'm so happy that Bridgeport, you're our neighbor, and you're looking at developing things. And then you have a little Italian restaurant over there, that we've gone with Gilda Cardone.
Yes,
the daughter. Yeah,
God rest Gilda's soul.
Dolce Vita.
Yeah, I love that place.
Yeah,
though.
that
Dolce
place.
Vita.
We go there. We had a little bit of. You had to come to our Mangione Society.
I do
I'll tell
gotta
you more
come.
about that.
You gotta tell me when.
Yeah, the judge will get a hold of you. He'll tell you
All
about it. All right, now you have one question here. We're going to have some questions from the audience out there, but there's one here that says here. Now you've been a mayor for 2 weeks, right?
Going on 2 weeks now.
How are you accepted in the community?
I mean, in a general sense,
You got a little bit of Stunadis there too, only hitting a couple cylinders maybe.
Yeah, in a general sense, what I mean.
You're being accepted?
Yeah, I mean, I won my election by a pretty safe margin amongst three. It was 3 candidates amongst the other 2, so I was pretty confident in my performance in that regard. And my supporters are still out there, and I'm working hard to win everybody over. I mean, my goal is to make everybody proud. So I'm doing the best I can.
That's right. You're going to make Bridgeport proud.
Exactly.
That's right. Well, now here's one. The lady with the green dress up there in the balcony. Here's one question here. Read it out loud and answer it. Okay? She wants to know.
Why move from council to mayor? That's a good question. I initially decided to move to the mayor seat, at least to run for the mayor seat.
From this council.
Right, to run for the mayor seat at that time.
Did you see something you could do?
I saw stuff that I could do, and I felt like, not outside of overseeing the police department and the fire department, your job as the mayor is to be the town's, biggest cheerleader, to be their biggest proponent, and to kind of represent the town. And I felt like that would be big for Bridgeport. It would be a huge testament to Bridgeport to have an African-American mayor. And I feel like who better than I to do that? And I'm really honored and humbled that, the people of Bridgeport and saw the same vision that I see.
Well, you could, you have a great opportunity to make people think better. I don't know, I think that's the word I'm going to use, think better. And they'll enjoy life better rather than being hateful or complaining and all that stuff. And you have churches there, you have restaurants there, you have transportation there, And one thing about Bridgeport, people don't move out. I have my sister lives in Swedesburger, right there in the dividing line. Coach Street, I think it is.
Coach Street.
Dividing line, And Stan Lazinski, he was a fire chief for quite a while. And, everybody gets along good. All right, here's another one. Here's that guy with that, take that hat off. You're inside. You're not wearing a hat without it's inside. Here, here's another question from this guy. I told you, take that hat off.
Another one.
Right, Rock?
How has growing diversity affected Bridgeport? In a big way.
You get intelligent questions there up there, the guy with that hat.
That's a really good question, actually. Thank you for that. But definitely in a big way, no doubt. I mean, we can't deny the changing demographic that's coming into Bridgeport, between minorities and younger people and people starting their, first-time homeowners, starting their family, just getting started. And these are people that are coming into Bridgeport that see the revitalization vision of a downtown district. So, and that's where kind of I spoke to a little bit, I touched on earlier about the kind of tug of war between old and new in Bridgeport. And, the growing diversity demographic that's coming in is certainly, I would say, more than not the kind of new Bridgeport, revitalization Bridgeport supporters. So, but it's beautiful, I think. It's definitely what we want. And I'm glad to see that. And I'm glad to see that they're coming in and on the same page as I am.
I have a lot of contact with Bridgeport. My wife, Dolores, who passed away just 2 years ago.
Sorry to hear that.
She was born and raised in Bridgeport, went to school over there and all. And my brother-in-law, and we had, one of the nicest things was the Feast of Mount Carmel. It's a shame that they don't have it now because they closed down. But this other priest took over, St. John's. I had him on the show. He's all for helping out Bridgeport. I was thinking, because Bridgeport had this big feast, why can't you, as the mayor, have a Bridgeport feast and bring it together? Just get a couple people. And then another thing is you have a priest, Desmond, who was a bishop. And you Google him, and you'll see he was in the army. He was a classic person to honor. And you want to honor some of the people that helped make Bridgeport. Bishop Desmond, And
I like that idea. I like that idea a lot,
I like the feast, and I'll be there.
I'll keep you posted for sure.
The ambassador of Norristown will be there. We're going to on to victory. Then we'll sing the song. We're from Norristown, Norristown, and we'll have you understand. We're the proudest in the land. We're from Norristown. All right. So we get them from Bridgeport. You get a Bridgeport. Do you sing, do you?
Absolutely, I sing.
Huh?
Absolutely.
Yeah. No, how about that? Why don't you do that? Try to get your business people together and see if you can have a Bridgeport feast.
I think that's a great idea.
And just find a location, and do everything, and maybe you'll bring them all back together again.
Yeah,
all right, here's another question from the balcony. The guy in the front row there. Here, you read it out loud and let people know what it is.
I will read it aloud. What are the biggest challenges facing Bridgeport? That's a good question.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a couple. I think, and I think that also largely depends on who you ask. I mean, from my perspective, I think some of the biggest challenges that we face in Bridgeport are the tug of war between old and new. Of course,
What?
The tug of war between old and new regime.
Yeah.
Like I have a vision. I think there's a lot of other people in Bridgeport that share that vision, and I think one of the biggest challenges is some of those people who don't share that same vision that we have. And that kind of divide in power makes it very difficult to get things done.
Well, maybe I can come over and help you. I'm 94 years old. I'm 94 years old.
Right, come on over and get involved.
Get some old people over there and say, hey, you got somebody with fresh ideas, Let's work together,
Bring them out. But
Yeah.
but that's
I'd be too
certainly
happy.
one. That's certainly one. We're definitely working on economic development, just bringing in developers, bringing in businesses, just trying,
Right.
that's always challenging, but they're coming in. They're coming in slowly, and it gets
Little by little.
easier.
Yeah.
The more that come in, the easier
Right.
it is, because the more that people believe in Bridgeport and are inclined to invest in Bridgeport. So we definitely want to continue to build on that as well.
I had a former mayor there, and I think I'm going to get the guy from the Knights of Columbus on the show here. I like Bridgeport. It's very unique. It's very unique.
I agree.
Yeah.
Thank you for recognizing
and
that.
I'm glad it's a guy with fresh ideas. You want to make a friend. And because you got older people there, and anytime you want me to come over, I'll meet some of them people, and I talk, hey, gombari, si sonari. I'll sing a little Italian song,
I'll
All right?
sing with you, but I need the words.
And I get my brother-in-law, the Polish, get them all together. I get a bob and weave. So, all right, now, what are some of the things that you want to see without, I don't want some of the other councilmen to think, well, he's trying to tell her. No, these are things you like to propose to have your council people to work along with. Good for Bridgeport. What are some of the things you'd like to see? I mean, you go to another town, you go to another city, you get an idea, and that's what it's all about. But I think the most important thing is good police department, and get your man that cleans the streets, make sure he cleans the streets, lighting, look out for lighting. Where it's dark, it might be a place, thieves, they don't like light, and
No
they don't
thieves.
like sound, and they don't like somebody watching them, All right, so go ahead, tell me a little bit more about Bridgeport yourself.
Well, one of the things that I would really like to see is our waterfront get developed. And I don't know that I have too much of a preference as far as what goes there, but there's a lot of opportunity in when you have water, and our waterfront is probably one of the biggest gateways to our town really blowing up. So I would definitely like to see that come to fruition. And then there's a lot of talk about the Schuylkill Valley Trail coming through Bridgeport.
Oh yeah,
Right.
How's that working out?
It's in the works. Changes like that inevitably take time. But that's another thing that I think is definitely going to be a gateway to Bridgeport going to that next level. So I'm really excited for those two projects. Hopefully coming into play soon. Sooner than later would be nice.
What? Here's another question from the audience. What does the job of mayor actually entail? Now, like Norristown, we don't have a mayor. Now, you are the mayor. You have the police powers, right? Tell me what other powers you have, or what, I don't want to use the word power, but authority.
But basically, of course, your job is to oversee the police department and the fire department. But in addition to that, you're the town's cheerleader. You're the town's biggest proponent. So I do feel like it's my job to go to every community event and speak at every community event. You want to be there for the people, and I tell you, when you have a small town like Bridgeport, I do feel like it's on you to make an effort not just help the people, but for the people to know and recognize you personally. You know, I really want everybody who lives in Bridgeport to know who I am, you know, to know that we have a mayor.
Tell
to
them
know,
you're there available for them.
yeah, and I
Right.
absolutely am, and I'm real big on that.
Right.
You know, I know a lot of the people in town personally, just from being involved, just from being on the Little League board and the former
Yeah.
president of the Lions
Well, you
Club.
could come to one of
and-
my Manjuni, meet some of my buddies.
Even more, exactly. So I think it's really important to just know everybody personally and to make sure that they know that you're available to them and that you're there to help them.
At the chief of police, what's the scoop on that? You're right.
Well, I'll tell you what I think
looking
is
for somebody
going
else
on.
or what?
Yeah, currently council is interviewing candidates.
Oh, they're interviewing now.
They're
okay.
interviewing now. I expect them to hire someone within the next couple weeks. That's my prediction.
Nice.
Of course,
I wanna meet him.
anything can happen.
When he comes, call me, and we'll get him on air. Let the people know what he looks like, what he sounds like. You know.
Excellent.
It's very important, you know.
I agree.
And I think another thing, I want to just throw this in for a little commercial. The Times Herald, they give me headlines that I would, you know, but I want to thank, what her name is here, Katie Barbee Kohler, and also
I love her.
Cheryl, yeah, she's good, and Cheryl Roger, she wrote a great article, you know, and I think we got to lose communication. It only costs $2.50 a week to get the Times Herald, and when we ever know what's going on, we don't lose communication, you know, with it, you know. I remember
Communication is key.
two of the newspaper editors were from Bridgeport, Johnny Nicola, Dick Dean. They used to write for the Times Herald.
I didn't know Johnny Nicola wrote for the Times Herald, but
Yeah,
I'm familiar with it.
Dick Dean was, well, he had Nicola, but he used the word professional Dick Dean. But they did a lot, and then somebody sneezed in Bridgeport. It was in the paper. I mean, they covered it like the dew, you know. So tell me something about your family.
Oh, I mean, my nuclear family is pretty much my mom and my brother. He's a year younger
They
than
live
me.
with you there?
No, my mom lives in Plymouth Meeting. My brother lives in Roxborough.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Got a little bob and weave in there, right?
Just a little, but
Yeah.
they're both pretty cool. I got pretty good relationships
Are
with
you
the
married,
both of them.
single, or what?
I'm single. I'm holding on, so I need you to keep
Huh?
it. I said I'm single, so I need you to keep an ear to the street for me. Look out for
You
me.
had to get a 10-foot pole, keep them girls away from you, right?
Yeah, I mean, it may or may not be what I'm looking for, but
Well, that's all right.
but
Well,
thank
look,
you for that.
But you're dedicating your life to this job, right?
Yeah, I'll tell you, you have to, and I'm finding that. I mean, going into it, I was prepared to do that, no doubt, but being in it now, I mean, everything has changed. You know what I mean? You're on call for this town.
Yes,
like when the people
yes.
when
Fire,
people need you.
floods, anything, yeah.
Yeah, police. When people need you, they need you. So you have
Stay-
to be
yeah.
available.
Well, keep your ear to the ground with the police state, because you're going to keep the town safe. You never know, because now we got so many wackos out there, you don't know where they're coming from, you know.
All over the place.
And also, good training. Any kind of training coming up for police?
We've got a couple things in mind, definitely, especially with Narcan in particular, but the opioid epidemic with what's going on. But I definitely, once there's a chief in place, I want to make sure that he's abreast and really work with him very closely to make sure that our officers are. And granted, shout out to Bridgeport Police Department. I mean, they do the thing over there, but we definitely want to make sure that they're as fully trained as they can be in all aspects of the job. So that's something that we want to continue to build on, especially while I'm in this seat of the mayor.
Do you touch base, we just created in Norristown a Chamber of Commerce, local, just Norristown Chamber of Commerce.
That's excellent.
And to help bring businesses in, maybe something like that would be.
We did. We actually
get people together.
Yeah, we actually very recently enacted the.
You call a meeting of people to get them together?
The Bridgeport Business Association.
Oh, good.
Is what we call it, and
stay close to that.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's really growing. It's really, the businesses are enthusiastic about it. They're all excited about it, and it's great. It's just great to hear their concerns, how we can make it easier for them, how we can run the town that in a way that's suitable for them to have the best business that they can, and make it more friendly for other businesses to come in. So that's definitely something we want to continue to build on, and that we're very proud of to have.
Well, here's another question from the audience. I don't know where this gentleman up there, What is the relationships between Norristown, Bridgeport, and Upper Merion? What's the relationship?
I think that's a great
I guess
question.
Upper Merion, do they know you're mayor?
Yeah, they know. They know. I
Think
have,
so?
You know,
Because they're high muckety muck over there, you know.
I mean,
They got a lot of industry. They got a lot of, you know,
yeah,
taxes.
they've
you know?
got a lot going on, especially what with the mall. You know, King
They
of
got
Prussia
the
Mall
mall,
is
yeah.
on fire. But you know, we have a great relationship with them. Of course, sharing the school district with them.
Oh,
it's
you're
good.
sharing that?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, Bridgeport falls under Upper Merion School District. So I mean, and I know me personally, and there's certain members of council, Tony Hale, Kyle Shank, and Beth Jaxier in particular. We've got a very good relationship with the Board of Township Supervisors over there.
Yeah,
And
they're
I
sharp.
think that's going to continue to help us, and of course Norristown as well.
How about Norristown? What do you have anything to do with Norristown?
Oh, we have good relationships with Norristown. I know me personally, I'm very close with members of the Norristown Council.
Yeah.
You know, Hakeem, Derek Perry, Sonia. You know, I love everybody on that board.
Yeah. Well, that's good. I mean, it's good that we do something that we have the casino there helping out. They ought to throw a little money to you. They're giving all the money to Upper Merion.
I mean, I think that's just
Go
kind
over
of.
and knock on the door and say, hello, I am the new mayor of Bridgeport, and I would like a little support from the casino.
It's worth a shot. It's worth
Huh?
a shot, I suppose.
Yeah,
I should do
'cause
that.
They don't know.
actually.
They're from Vegas, you know. Knock on the door.
Yeah, you know what? Maybe I will give him a ring.
Right, okay? All right, now we're going to get real personal.
Oh,
What's your favorite food?
Oh, don't make me choose. Probably pancakes.
What?
Pancakes.
Pancake. Blueberry pancakes?
Oh no, regular extra
Oh,
syrup,
no.
extra
All right.
butter.
All right, now, that's for breakfast, right? How about for lunch? What kind of lunch?
Cheeseburgers.
Cheeseburgers, okay.
Yeah, I'm simple with the
Now
food.
for supper.
Not a real-
This is the hip.
Not a real foodie person.
What is
So I mean, I don't know. Cheeseburgers again. I don't. Pizza. Yeah, that
Oh,
works
no
for me.
spaghetti, ravioli, meatballs,
I mean,
lasagna?
I like Italian, but you know, I work part time at Maggiano's, so I get more than enough of that.
You do that once
Yeah.
in a while?
Yeah.
And you don't like Italian food?
I love Italian food.
better
but
get
I
outta
mean,
here.
It's not my favorite. You know, it's not gonna be my last
Oh,
meal.
yeah. Watch, that's a lot of food over there, Rock.
Yeah, a lot of food.
Yeah. Well, you're real American, you know, pancakes, hamburgers, right? And whatever else they put on the table, right?
Yeah, I like sweets, man. I like pie, cakes, that sort of stuff.
Well, you keep yourself in good condition, so that's not hurting you anything.
Well, it's just the
All right,
suit.
now tell me who your friends are. Who are some of you that look up to?
Look up
Not
to.
your mom, pop, right?
Oh yeah, definitely
Who are
my
some
mom.
of the people that you'd like to be like, right?
I'm real big into music, you know what I mean? So two people who I really respect, in that regard are Nicki Minaj and Meek Mill. I love the two of them. Meek Mill just being from Philly, but I love Nicki Minaj. That's my number one. But, President Barack Obama, of course, State Representative Brian Sims, those are some of the people in the political realm that I look up to and I hope to be like someday.
They take some from this guy, a little bit from that, not from everybody. Okay, now, because you're a fighter, I'm going to give you a boxing glove. Catch it.
This for me? Oh, you
right,
see,
and
you
number
wasn't
two.
ready for that.
Over there, Bridgeport Trophy. They donate the Bridgeport Trophy. Anytime you want to get anything in there, Bridgeport Trophy in
Yes,
Bridgeport.
go there. Bridgeport
Yeah,
Trophy. I
all
highly
right.
recommend them.
What else? Anything else?
Oh, wow. This for me?
What's
This
it
for
say?
me? Thanks for being a guest on the Hank Cisco TV show. That's really cool.
Yeah, okay. Now, so, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for allowing us to come into your home. This show is on YouTube. Hank Cisco, YouTube, and it goes worldwide. And you got friends in Europe or any place, give them a call. Check it out. My man, the mayor, a new mayor of Bridgeport, Pennsylvania. Thank you so much for coming on there.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Yeah, all right. Mark Barbee, that's the name. So thank you, and may God bless each and every one. And always remember, get the Times Herald so you know what's going on. 200, and thank the two reporters from Norristown Times Herald. May God bless each and every one. We're from Norristown. Norristown. Thank you so much.